Hello, it's Sherry Truhlar with Red Apple Auctions. I am really excited to bring you this particular video blog this week because it's got a lot of good information and you're really going to see the light bulbs go off when I start to talk about some of this. So I'm calling this right now, tentative title, I don't know whether it'll end up here on YouTube, but it's called the lower the starting price, the higher the sale price at your charity auction gala. Now, one of the questions, the question that I'm asked the most as an auctioneer is, Sherry, how did you learn to talk so fast? That's the first question I'm asked. But the second question I'm asked is, where are you going to start the bidding? Right? So in the days preceding the gala, I'm usually meeting with the auction planner, the gala, the volunteer, whoever's in charge of that event, and we're going through all the items. And oftentimes, particularly if it's the first time they've worked with me, they're like, well, where are you going to start the bidding on this item? And I say, it doesn't matter where we start it. It matters where we finish it. Let's not worry about where we started. Let's talk about the end goal, not the beginning, right? And what I'm going to share in this video are 3 reasons as to why you never need to ask your professional auctioneer that question. And it's based on 3 reasons. It's based on selective memory, it's based on science, and it's based on skill. So let's get started with the first one, which is selective memory. When I hear guests talk about a gala, they never say, I can't believe that auctioneer started the bidding off at $500, or I can't believe the auctioneer started the bidding off at $50 on that item. What they say is, I can't believe that that item sold for $5,000. Can you believe that trip sold for $5,000? Can you believe that dinner sold for $2,500? That's what they say. They talk about what sold, not where it started. Guests don't think about that. Sold is the most important word in an auction. Sold for $2,000, right over there. Now, I can appreciate why an event planner is interested in knowing where the auctioneer is going to start. I really can, because you've got something invested in that gala. You're trying to create a certain ambiance, and you've hired professionals to help you get there. But you would never dream of going back to the caterer and saying, hey, can you slice those carrots a little thicker? Or going on stage to the band and telling the pianist, hey, you need to play with more staccato. Or telling the lighting guy, I think you rewired this wrong. I think you need to run the wires a different way. You wouldn't do that. So don't feel compelled to talk to your professional auctioneer about where to start the bidding. Leave that up to them. They're the professional. They'll know where to start the increments. Okay? Selective memory. No one's going to remember where it started. They remember where it's sold. Leave that to the professional auctioneer. Now, the second piece of this is science, and this is what you're going to find fascinating. Now, I've jotted down some things, so you'll see me looking down to give you the correct information. But back in 2006, Adam Galinsky and Keith Murnaghan of Northwestern University and Gillian Koo of London Business School published a research paper. That paper was called Starting Low but Ending High, a reversal of the anchoring effect in auctions. And they found that the lower the starting bid, the higher the sale price in the end. The lower the starting bid, the higher the sale price. And it came down to 3 different processes. First, lower starting prices reduced the barrier to entry. Think about it. If you have a $5,000 vacation package and you started at $4,000 or $3,000, that eliminates a lot of people. But if you started at $50, whoa, I'm interested in at $50. Can I possibly get this $5,000 package at $50? So I become invested. I start to bid. And when you have more people bidding, it increases the number of bids and escalates the final price. Number 2. Lower starting prices tempted the bidders to invest more time and energy into the sale. In other words, it became sunk costs for them. So if I'm now bidding on that $5,000 package at $50 and $100 and $150 and watching it go up, I'm now more interested because I'm invested in the process. I want to see how this ends. Even if I know I'm not going to be at the end, I want to see who gets it and how high it goes. So I become more invested. And then thirdly, the frenzy of the bidding generated from these lower starting bids begets more bidding. People start to see all this activity and they're like, whoa, what's going on here? This must be a popular item. And they get involved as well. So bidding begets bidding. Knowing this, doesn't it kind of make you want to start every item that you have at $1? Because you want to get people involved. Yeah, I kind of thought so. And this leads to the final point, and that gets into the skill of the auctioneer. A professional auctioneer knows how to read people, read the bidders, and he or she knows how to chant, which is that fast talk that auctioneers are known for. A non-professional auctioneer, so if you think about a gregarious parent at the school, a board member, a weatherman, the newscaster, right, a politician, if you think about them, they can call out the numbers, but they don't have that skill. They're not in front of crowds all the time trying to get them to give money. That's not their skill set. For all intents and purposes, they are more like order takers. They're like $1,000. Oh great, you'll give 1,000. Okay, $1,250. $1,250 over here. 1,500. Would you give 50? Yeah, 1,500. That's how they're doing it. It's slow. It's cumbersome. They're just throwing out a number and asking who wants to buy it at that price. An auctioneer, on the other hand, because of the sound of the chant, because of the momentum they're creating, is able to sell those items for more money. They could start every item at $1, and they could be at $5,000 in 30 seconds. Your non-professional auctioneer will never be able to do that. It would be a slow, painful auction if you were to start every item at a very low price point. Auctioneer that's professional could get that up there very, very quickly and follow the science that we just heard about here from this paper. So there you have it. Low opening prices, higher sales prices in the end. So in conclusion, save yourself some time and money here, right? Hire a professional auctioneer. Don't worry about where you start the bidding. Let them figure that out. That's what you're paying them for. Okay, I'm Sherry Truhlar with Red Apple Auctions. Thank you for joining me. I've got loads of free resources for benefit auction planners over on my website. Please check that out at redappleauctions.com. And until I see you again, good luck to you in your charity auction.